Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Ox, here on this post-match show of Hibs 0. Yes, I said 0. Rangers 1. And a decent game at Easter Road. Join myself, Ox, here back in the show. Well, decent for us because we got the result. Is Albert. Evening, Albert.
Evening, pal. How are you?
Aye. We made that a bit harder than it needed to be, in my opinion, mate. Yeah?
Yeah, definitely, mate. We bit more quality would have put them away. Victory's a victory.
Yes, I think we'd all took that before the game. We've had to listen about clean sheets and we've no one away from home. But by the way, it's some records since we've lost it. It's remarkable, really. A lot of draws in there, but some decent performances tonight individually. Who's Sean for you, mate?
Wee boy, Magoma, Sean for me, Barnes, Sean for me. I thought the big centre forward had a semi-decent game. Who else? Wee Moore was okay in wee spots and spots. Thought Aarons had no wee bad game. Who else? The Jigger was nervous at the beginning.
I think his best game in a blue jersey.
He settled in, mate. He settled in. He definitely settled in. After that tackle, he settled in, mate.
By the way, if that goes in, mate, if that goes in, it's a goal, because when you see it back, he wasn't offside there.
No, he wasn't offside. It proved it was definitely going to be a goal. Big Butland for his penalty save. Superb, big man. Superb. That's what we call it. Rangers keeper. That's what Rangers keepers do.
A combination between Tav and
Tav slipping.
Tav I didn't think he had a good half, mate. I don't want to bash Tav, but I didn't think he had a good half. His passing was off, and Boyd Cadens was getting by him quite easily, mate. And then he slipped at that moment, and then Barron comes in and a silly challenge, no. But I thought Barron, up to that moment, more than 90 minutes, well, it was about 85 at the time, had been my best player. I thought young Jaden, who we talked about in the first part of the show, I thought he was my best player in the first half. After his performance at the weekend, mate.
He was ripping that kid. He shreds, mate. Absolutely ripping him.
Was that 3 nutmegs, mate? Was that 3 nutmegs?
He had him on toast. He couldn't handle. Just could not handle. And he was having a rare game. He really was. But he get himself involved with, is it Mulgrew or whatever his name is, Mulligan or whatever his name is. He get himself, and when he took Cadden off, because he knew the wee man was tearing him apart, he just stuck a boot on him right away. But he still mensed the boot. And it's the booking he got. That was a disgrace, mate. That was an absolute disgrace.
The guy just went across him and caught the legs, and he fell, yeah.
I think it was a soft foul. It was never a booking, mate. If it's a foul, it's a soft foul. What's he booked for? Oh, so there's worse tackles than that. Getting flying in, no getting booked. But it's beating, innit? It's cheating, beating. What do you expect?
But I've got to give, if I'm getting a man in a match, I might get to Danilo's old man.
He was having a great time, wasn't he? He's bought right into the comment. Oh, he was having a fucking, a wonderful time.
A wonderful time, we'll go with that. I misheard you there. Listen, decent result. Got to give credit to the manager, mate. He's tweaked a few things, mate, quite quickly. He doesn't know what he's got. He's learning all the time. They're talking about him before the game. He's got to do this and got to do that. But we've had 2 games and he's been in a week. What did he expect, Holbeer? Some of the nonsense I was listening.
I know. It's crazy, mate. It's crazy. We didn't look as fragile as we normally look. We still don't look absolute solid, but we didn't look as fragile and we didn't look as nervous. And that's all down to the manager, mate. It's instilling a wee bit of confidence into them. That's all down to him. And to be honest with you, I didn't think it caused us that much. They had a lot of the ball on, and I don't think they caused us that much. They had their pace, their tactics, boot up the park to their speed merchants. I thought we handled them really well, really, really well. Because they are flying machines. There's 3 of them, to Boyle being one. But he came on and done nothing, mate. And I'm saying, oh, here we go again. They brought him on. Here we go again. Him. Ball just seems to break for him all the time, but against us. But I thought we handled them well. But we sort of slipped into our old habits in the second half, didn't we? We weren't close enough.
See the 3 subs that we brought on the forward, sort of playing in the forward areas. Gasserman, Asgard, and when they did come on, your mate Majowski, mate. What I would say is, I want more after them, after the ball, the 3 of them collectively, mate. Yeah.
I don't think there's any pay. By the way, what's happened to Gasman? He looked completely shattered. I'm saying, what happened to that wee man?
He falls, mate. He's going fun. He's done it. And same with somebody ought to have a look at their boots, mate. There's too much fun.
He doesn't look fit.
Listen,
looks like he's carrying an injury.
Delighted with the result. I'll give it pass marks, no raging. 8, 9, 10. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. I thought the first half was maybe 7.5. Yeah. Particularly the first 20 minutes. Yeah. One criticism, mate. Just one criticism. We've got to make more chances when we're playing that well. Yeah.
Aye, in the first half. Definitely, mate. Definitely. It's the good thing about that, but is we grind the result out. We keep saying that. You've some of these games in the season, you're never going to play 38 brilliant games, and that's one of them. It's a brilliant game, but you've got to grind the victory out, and that's what they did. They ground it out, and you're too many times we can't do it. Too many times in the last 2 years we couldn't do it. Well, that's the start of it. That's ugly. It's horrible. But you're better walking down the road going, that was a horrible, ugly one game we've done there. We've been down the road going, well, that was a horrible, ugly draw or defeat. So grind these results out, build the confidence. And you can see the confidence is starting to get into the team. You can see it. Certainly, where at one point, people are not wanting the ball and they're passing the ball. It's not a pass, mate. They're just getting ready. They don't want it. Whereas they start to look to, if they're starting to give me the ball, want the ball, I'll do something, give me it. And they're starting to link up, especially the first half. The second half, no. The second half was dreadful for us. But again, clean sheet. So we didn't win the second half, but we never lost it.
Aye. You know, we're looking for 2 wins and 2 halves, mate. Yeah. Hopefully on Sunday, mate. Hopefully on Sunday.
Well, 2-1 nothing victories for Billy will do me. He's got hard cash on this, mate. He's got hard cash on this. So 2-1 nothing victories, as long as another victory. He's halfway there.
Yes. Right, we better get the phone lines open, yes?
Yep.
Okay, let's hear from you. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Aye. Butland, the hero, because of the circumstances. Silly penalty give away. Wasn't there a lot of danger, mate? Messing about with the ball. To have slips, mate. I don't know what he was trying to do. Help me out. What was he trying to do in that part of the pitch at that time of the game?
I haven't a clue, mate. Not a clue. You need to ask him yourself, because you're saying up the park, we're up, we'll get it away. No, he decides to take a touch and then slips. And then Barnes got in and all right, it was a penalty. It was a penalty, you know what I mean? He did touch him. Aye. But I don't know if Beatman would have gave it the other way around. I think VAR would have had to give that the other way around, because I don't think Beatman would have gave us that. But anyway, Big Jack steps up. Then he had a review of the penalty as well, the penalty save, just to see, oh no, he's standing in his lane, but he was. So you're sitting going, it just feels that people are against you. You're going, anything to stop you, innit?
You said we're paranoid. Who said that?
Oh, I
Who
think
said
it
that?
sounds that way, doesn't it, mate? It really does sound that way, but you can't help it. It's not just us that's saying that. Even neutrals are starting to look at it a bit different and say, "Oh, there's something not right here. This is too many decisions, too many dodgy decisions and crazy decisions." But here out in the game is normal, upbeaten. He's a clown like the rest of them. It's just clowns. They're just really bad referees. That's the only way you can put it. Either that or they're all cheating.
He just killed the end game. For both teams, by the way, if I'm honest, there was some strange decisions. Anyway, we've been joined by Josh for Everton. How are we doing, Josh?
All right, matey. Looking a lot better than when I last spoke to you, innit? You've had 2 good wins there and propelled yourselves up the table a bit. I just think, tactically, I mean, I've been banging on for weeks about keeping that clean sheet. And I mean, yeah, it took a penalty save near the end to preserve it, but we saw 2 different sides to Rangers in those 2 games. I thought it was goal score at the weekend. It was, aesthetically pleasing and great to watch. And then there's the gritty performance tonight. He dug in and saw the game out, which is something that would never have happened under the previous manager. So this is already signs that the new manager's having his little bit of input in terms of the training groundwork and things like that to make it more difficult to beat and to make it a more exciting prospect for the fans in terms of getting the results. I mean, third up's a lot healthier now, and you alluded to it last week about Celtic's problems and the way that they've lost the manager this week. I mean, yeah, they've won tonight, but the thing being that the gap can start to be closed, I think, bit by bit if Rangers keep their eye on the ball, because there's definitely problems at that football club. It's built on sand in many ways, so it was important for Rangers to get off to a winning start under this manager, basically, and they've done so with flying colours in those 2 games for me, but for different reasons, like in terms of the performances.
It's built on a major crime field, but that's another story. But listen, mate, I'm going to ask you a question. You can have it first, Josh, and then Albert can come in. Is it showing that we've got a decent manager, or how bad the previous manager was? There you go, Josh.
Diplomatic answer. I think it's a little bit of both, isn't it? And I think a lot of it's got to be directed at the players as well, and how they're responding to this manager. He's obviously simplifying things, isn't he? I mean, in order to keep clean sheets, that's what needs to happen. It's got to be simplified. It's got to be like defence first. It's got to be dig in and preserve leads, rather than perhaps what Russell was telling him, to keep the foot on the floor and to try and make it aesthetically pleasing all the time by playing free-flowing, attractive football. You can't always do that. I mean, there's different parameters and different parallels within each game, and I think this manager seems to get it by the contrast in those 2 performances. As I keep saying, you went to a tough place tonight at Easter Road. It's a really tough place to go, especially the way Hibs have started the season. So to sort of come away with those 3 points in the bag would have been the first objective. How you got there was a little bit ropey, but at the same time, I mean, it's 3 points on the board, and that's really all that matters. It's like we were all saying last week. It was about getting back to, the plan of Glasgow Rangers is always to get 3 points in games like that, and that wouldn't have happened under the previous manager. So yeah, I mean, in answer to your question, I'd say it's probably more the response to Danny than it is to anything that Russell did. I mean, I'm trying to quickly consign Russell to the history books. I think it's important that we all move forward now on this podcast, and as Rangers fans like yourself, you need to move forward and not keep looking back at what's been and gone, because it was a horrific period for Glasgow Rangers. It really was. But I'm a bit more optimistic looking at these 2 games now. I really am.
Albert?
It's Martin was Martin. I mean, it's time for him. It's done. I just he's felt these players' heads full of nonsense. By the way, you can still see some of it creeping through tonight. But Rose, he's just simplifying it, mate. It's as simple as that. He's not trying to say we've got the best squad in Europe or best squad in Britain and we can do this and we can do that. It's just saying very simple things. Don't take chances when you don't have to take chances. You can see a wee bit of creeping back in, especially in the second half. Stupid things you're saying. What are we doing this for? Here we're back to this again. So he's just simplified it. He's given them a bit more confidence as well. He must be in there just talking sense. So we serve players will not like it. They want to do it their way still. Raskin's one of them. I think Raskin played particularly well tonight. For whatever reason, I just didn't think he played his role well at all. But he'll put up with this at the moment, mate. But it won't go on forever. I'm putting up with this, with players doing what they're doing, because we're lost for way in the second half, but we still look solid enough at the back that the Hibs are struggling to get through us. Even with, well, the tactic is hoof the ball up the park, let the runners run, won't it? I mean, it's basically primary school football. It's wee Willie's a really fast runner, kick the ball to him.
No, you there? Obi?
Aye. You hear me? Oh, yeah. Hello.
Like Fox's internet seems to have dropped at the moment. Well, I would say we ended 16, 16 game unbeaten, a home record, and I think that was a tremendous result. And if I was looking at the different parts of the team and how they performed, Jack Butland, a lot better, came and collected all the cross balls that was coming into the box, terrific penalty save. The back three, I thought, handled everything in front of them, kept control of the ball, used it well going forward. Aaron's had a decent game, although he tends to pass the ball backwards more than forwards. Magoma was decent on the other side, and the midfield too worked hard, especially Connor Barn. And up front, well, we created a chance and scored it. That's enough for me. And I think Ox has rejoined us.
Cheers, Fox. Sorry about that. Internet problems. I don't know what happened there. I think you summed up the game very well there, Fox. It wasn't vintage, but we took the big chance that we had. It was there, Saturday, was it? Was it finish?
Is that to me?
Oh, yeah. Aye, Fox, on you go.
Aye, I thought we worked the ball well forward. Chermiti done well to slip it to the side. It was a wee bit behind Danilo, but what a shot. He struck right into the corner. Very, very pleased. And that was what set his old man off, mate, and set me off. I was as bad as his dad watching that game.
I can vouch for it, as you well know. Sometimes this can be an embarrassment.
It was good to see that. It was a good goal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's another assist. Well, it's an assist for Chermiti and a good goal by Danilo. So it was nice to see the two forwards combining.
I'll give him an assist for that, but I think Chermiti's got to offer his mouth. I don't know what you thought, Josh, being an ex-Evertonian.
I think, a couple of things for me. It exemplifies the importance of having a top goalkeeper, the penalty save at the end, and the organisation from the back. Jack's been there a good few years now as a staple of this team. It's vitally important to have somebody like that between the sticks. So that's the first thing. The second thing is the fact that he's made 5 changes, so he's still looking at what his best 11 is. But within that parameter, I mean, he's managed to get the best out of the players that have come in. There hasn't been that drop in performance that sometimes you'll get, when you make all those changes. You're trying to build that squad depth, and he's trying to understand the team a bit better, which is natural when you come into that new environment for a new manager. He wants to have a look at what's available, the pool of players. Thirdly, you've said about Chermiti. Now, he got off the mark at the weekend. I've been banging on for weeks about once he opens his account, that could boost his confidence in a lot of ways. And I think, to get a goal on Saturday and 2 involvements in goals for him, maybe too early to judge him yet because he's still relatively new, isn't he? I mean, the expectation at Rangers, yes, is that you come in and hit the ground running, but I think with Chermiti it is important to have a little bit more patience with him, especially given the transition between the managers. This is for the whole team, by the way. The transition between the managers will still take time. It's 2 good results, something to build on, isn't it? And we've seen hallmarks of how Danny will want him to play and the different ways that he can play as well. We had that chat last week about Russell being the one-trick pony, but Danny's got more than one option up his sleeve, I think. Depending on the game plan, depending on the opposition, and obviously depending on who's available, and trying to, as I've said, build that squad depth, because to make 5 changes against a team like Hibs, who are flying in form, 16 unbeaten, someone said at home, which is a damning stat for them. So to go there and get 3 points under that is a fantastic start, and I think it'll only boost the confidence of players like Shemiti, because results do breed confidence throughout the whole team, don't they?
Albert, there was one in the second half. I think he done the hard bit, and he'll just put your foot through it, and then he lost possession. Yeah.
Is this Shemiti? I get it.
Aye.
You got to cut the boy a bit slack. He's only a boy, you know what I mean? He's still learning his game. I thought he'd done okay without being brilliant. He's got an assist. He made himself a nuisance as well. He won some, he lost some. He should have took that shot, but he's cutting in. I don't know. It's like all young players, they try to wait to get the perfect opportunity to hit the ball. But if you watch the Premier League, they just hit it early. They don't wait. They just hit. And if he wants to get to that level, he needs to learn that quick. But I think he's under the right manager to get coached into that. No, I mean, I think the role will definitely coach him better. But I was happy enough with him. We need better. We know we need better. We need him to play better. Not just him. A lot of the players. The midfield is still lightweight as far as I can see. Barron had a great game. He really did. He was everywhere. His energy and his work rate was phenomenal. But he lacks a bit of quality going forward. No, I mean, just a final pass still there. But as I say,
he did have a bit of quality.
I'll take these.
When he had the wee step over, mate. Yeah. The second half, the ball right in his head.
Aye, and he was unlucky, by the way, because he done that. He done the step over. He took that centre half foot, and the ones behind him, he put it through the next one's legs with a shot. But it was the one behind him that actually caught him right in the stones. You know what I mean? So he was all right. More of that. He needs to understand that if he's going to go up to the next level, he needs to start doing that a bit more often. No, take the shot. Don't be feared. Take the shot. And if you're not happy with taking shots, well, that's what you should be working in the training ground. But no, his work rate is second to none. His attitude is phenomenal. His height's a bit of a problem when it's set pieces and things like that. But yeah, well, there's small players like him made big, huge impacts in world football. So there's room for improvement.
We had a guy, Fernandez, come on the last couple of minutes. He came and won a couple of headers. I don't know if we're going to see him again, so there you go. New manager, he's on the pitch, mate. I know Cornelius went half injured, so we'll see where that takes us. Everybody's getting a clean slate. The managers come in with no preconceived ideas, Josh, which is arguably the right thing to do. Yeah, you've got to make up your own mind,
100%. Like you mentioned the word clean slate, that's a spot on analogy for it, because the manager's got to come in and see it from an outsider's point of view. He's got to sort of forget what's gone before. Like, you know, Danny will have watched games before he took the job, no doubt about it. Managers do the research, but the minute he gets in that training ground, he's judging him through his own two eyes and his own ideas. And yeah, he's made the 5 changes tonight, as I keep saying, to have a look at what's available, to see who's up for the fight, to see who fits into his philosophy, and ultimately to eventually fine-tune what his best 11's going to be. I was delighted for Danilo as well. He's been kind of living in the shadow of the Shemiti and Miofsky conversations we've been having, and he's popped up with the winning goal tonight. So for his confidence and for his belief, and to show the manager he's got a third option in that striking sense as well, you know, someone that's more than capable of scoring goals and at a decent ratio, and being a threat further forward to put pressure on Shemiti and Miofsky. That's what you want. Competition for places. Bit of a cheeky question for you all now. What would you say your best 11 is for Rangers at the moment, from what you've seen under Russell and under Danny? Like what would you say moving forward should be the best 11 ultimately? Because Danny's still working it out, but from fans' point of view,
if you're basing it on this season, you might have to say that away from home that first half and the second half on Saturday was there, mate, with players that we didn't thought would be in it. Young Jaden, Mikey Moore. I thought he done all right tonight, and what a run he had. So if you're basing it on form, they guys would be in it. If you're basing it on a longer period, you would maybe think that guys like Raskin and that would be Connor Barron, wouldn't they? Raskin would be in it, Connor Barron, wouldn't they? But the night, Saturday, there's a bit of competition for places with people playing well, all there that we didn't have at all. I've kept your question, Josh. I'm thinking about it.
Aye, it's definitely. I mean, you can start with the goalkeeper. It's going to be Buckland, isn't it? You can work yourself out to the right backs. I think the right back playing at right back is no the way forward. It's so then you get into Suter. Suter's the best you've got for that particular part of the park. So you'd probably put him, and then you're talking about Cornelius. Your left back is going to be Magoma. But again, if he's going to play three at the back, you bring the Jigger in, and he played well tonight. He was nervous at the beginning, but he settled into the game once he done that tackle. He settled right down. So you're looking at him going, I think you're done well. So you say the three at the back, go with that, and then into midfield. I would put Magoma and I'd put wee Arns at the right. Now, Arns kept passing the ball back, as Fox was saying earlier on, but if he learns to start getting in this positive mindset, I think he'll be not a bad wee player. Well, we'll see. But it's the centre of the midfield is a big problem for us. Who is the best in there? We Mikey Moore played the sort of number 10 role, that central role, sort of drifting all over the place. I think we Cameron might fill that role. Somebody said it the other night that they fancied him in there at number 10, so they might put him in there. Now here we get to the nuts and bolts of this situation. The forward line is who do you do? You've got three centre forwards, and I don't think any of them are outstanding by any stretch of the imagination. But the two of them now showed that they can play together. It's only to take the Mioski now to get a partner as well. If he can interchange with the two of them when he comes on, superb.
He's not kicked him off for weeks, mate.
No, he's not, mate. Then you're looking at Gasman. Gasman, I think he's carrying a knee. He doesn't look fit to me, mate. There's something wrong with that boy. He definitely doesn't look fit. But when he is fit, you're definitely going to. I mean, I know we keep playing him on the right, but he should be on the left. I mean, Mikey Moore is I would say the position he played tonight is his strongest, but he's got competition for that position. Then if they're going to play Cameron in there and Asgard as well, he's in there. But Asgard, as I say, he's a substitute for me, mate. He's no doing enough in the game. And then you've got the Ant-Man situation. Doesn't he fancy Ant-Man? Obviously, doesn't he fancy Ant-Man? He's looking at him and saying, no. Ant-Man is a one-trick pony. He runs into grass, mate. You've got to put the ball over the full-back sides. That's what he's good at, mate. He might be good at left wing-back because, as I said, he's played for his country there and he's got man of the match. So he might be the right wing's no actually his position. I don't know. But there's problems all over the park. For a starting 11 or best starting 11, I don't know, mate. You really can't nail any of it down and say, well, I know what the best starting 11 is. It's hard to pick because a lot of the players is much as much. I don't know how you feel, Oaks.
It's going to be interesting to see some of these players thrive under the new manager, Josh, or the standard of players that we thought they'll be. If they thrive, they've been kidding us on, and also the other manager looks worse. If they come out their shell and they start looking like good players, because if we're honest, up to this now, all our new signings, only one we gave pass marks to, maybe Cornelius just and the gas man. Up to the weekend, I didn't think the young boy, the left back, was ready, but he's had a good game and a half, so we're moving towards the jury's out. So to pick who we've got as our starting 11, it's as difficult for us, mate, as it is for Danny Rowe, because they're all new players, the majority of them. Sounds a bit of a cop-out, Josh, but we're struggling because there's been no level of consistency.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it can work both ways, can't it? I mean, there's a lot of players there that have been identified under the previous regime. So Danny will probably weed them out and say that he doesn't fancy him. But the trouble is, for the money that they've been brought in for, you mentioned that Ant-Man, he's been brought in for quite significant money. So, you know, to offload him straight away in January could prove problematic for the ownership as much as anything else, because they put that market down.
I think they said on Sunday he had an injury, the Ant-Man. So we'll find out more about that, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more patience may be needed with certain players, but you know, you get the general point, don't you? About you have to transition in managers, and you know, some of them players won't fit the dynamic, they won't fit his system. you just won't fancy them, because that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? It's if your face fits a lot of the time with this kind of thing. So as we move forward and start to see the development of that consistency in, week out, and he's also got the luxury as well of the European games as well, hasn't he? So there is going to be a lot of rotation opportunities for him to maybe see the squad in more detail, enforce changes as much as unenforced changes. So it can prove quite a healthy balance to have that European competition, or what's left of it, to sort of see what's available and to mould the team together. The other thing that I want to say is, right, the significance of Sunday's game, it comes early in his regime. Massive opportunity to get one over on Celtic and to get through to that final and to ultimately have a stab at winning the first bit of silverware this season. And with everything that's gone on, I think that's quite a healthy place to be in. You know, you can upset the apple cart there in that semi-final against the old enemy, and put yourself a place in that final, and then all of a sudden, you know, maybe Celtic start thinking about it and thinking, well, Rangers are in the final and we're not. So, you know, there is that dynamic as well, boys. What's your thoughts going into that on Sunday? It's mammoth for me, that, for Rangers.
Come on, Josh, let's at least enjoy one victory this season. We've only had 4, it's not a lot for us. let's enjoy that before we start thinking about Sunday. It'll take us hours once we get half an hour's sleep a night. Sunday will be all we'll think about for the more I'm on my Roberts. But you're right, what you summed up is perfect. It could be a major springboard for Danny Rowe, because you can see a bit of connection already between him and support. Gets a result on Sunday, that bond just grows closer. Ibrox becomes a more buoyant place, more popular, get behind the team. Everything that comes out, it can be positive. Our next 3 league fixtures are games that we should win, and it's a should. So then all of a sudden we hope we're in a better place. If other teams drop points, we start closing gaps. You know, we're having a disaster, we're sitting in 3rd. It's funny how many other teams are having a disaster. But anyway, we've been joined by Bob. Good evening, Bob.
Buoyant as well. Brilliant. Really happy. I thought Rangers played some really excellent football in the first half. Really good stuff. It's just a pity we couldn't finish them off before half time. On the second half, they were diligent, they were together, they were organised. Because I think a fortnight ago we would have got beaten that game. But tonight, no, we just dug in, tough, organised and strong. Pretty about the penalty, it was more an accident than anything. But that's football. Well done, Jack Butland, for saving the penalty. He saved a few new, I'll tell you. But, I'm looking forward to Sunday, and if we can make it to the final, we're going to give ourselves a great chance of lifting the first silverware of the season, which would be buoyant for us. Be great for Danny Rowe, as you say. So, he's a happy Bob J, happy to get a bridge, man. All right, lads?
Yes, all better. And you come then.
Well, first of all, I need to congratulate Bob J getting the right score. He predicted 1-0. So well done, Bob J.
Oh, did I?
You did, mate. You did. The trouble is, I don't know if my nerves are going to take that. The last 10 minutes of that game, I mean, I'm biting cushions and all sorts, mate. There's a lot to go yet, man. There's a huge improvement still to be done, but it's wee baby steps, as they say. It's another wee baby step in the right direction. So you're better getting these victories than defeats and draws. But you're right. A fortnight ago, 3 weeks ago, we wouldn't have won that game. We'd have drew it or get beat. Definitely, mate. We'd have lost goals somewhere along the line there, and the nerves would have set in. You could see it in the players. But tonight, I thought they all looked assured. I thought they were all okay. No nerves, nothing, especially the first half. They're stroking the ball about, no bother in the first half. I mean, Hibs couldn't get near us in the first half. And then something happens, the switch goes, I don't know what happens. Oaks thinks it's just sloppy passing, it causes it, and he might be right with that one, because we did get a wee bit sloppy. But again, it's no criticism, and I'm happy with the result. I don't care how we get it. We keep saying that. We just need to get results, and we got the result. So I'm with you, mate. I'm more than happy. I'm going to bed smiling tonight for a change.
Bob, who did you enjoy the night? What players?
Oh, can you repeat that, Ox?
Yeah, what players did you enjoy the night?
I thought Conor Barron had a great game. It was a shame about the penalty. You seen Taff slipped a bit. That arm's, it's unfortunate, an accident, like I say. But I thought Conor Barron had a great game. I thought Giga had a good game. There you go. Some of his
we
tackles
said
were
he-
excellent.
We said he had his best game in a blue jersey tonight. Yeah.
Aye. I hear this Gray there. I heard an interview on there. He's on about Hibs with big chances. What big chances did they have? There are a lot of corners, a lot of free kicks, a lot of hustle bustle like today, but they never had any big chances. I wouldn't
Well, the
think so.
best
The only
chance
big
was-
chance they had was the penalty.
The penalty and then the header, which was offside, so it was done.
Aye.
Jack Butland saved 5 out of the last 13 penalties.
Well, that's good as any goalkeeper's book.
Aye. Listen, we've got the manager, so we'll all be intrigued to hear from. So if you don't mind, people, get yourself on mute and let's hear from your manager, Danny Rowe.
Danny,
sign
a
off for now.
dramatic
Bye-bye.
ending, but you must be delighted to get those 3 points over the line.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very proud for my team because I know, when you put so much effort in and then at the end there is a pen, you never know what happens. But my team did really well today. It's about winning football games, and to win football games you need a lot of things. And today my team showed that we can suffer sometimes, that we can defend as a group, that we are more and more connected, that we are running for each other, and if we do this basic rights, then we have always a chance to win games because we have a lot of quality in the team. But at first it's about this hard working.
Yeah, is that the most pleasing part, that the side showed different sort of faces to the game throughout the 90 minutes?
Yeah, I think when I take the last 2 games at home, we had a lot of ball possession, fine solution. We created a lot of opportunities in possession. Today it was about be good organized. Of course, the early goal helps, and then it was about have a good rest defense. And second half was for me clear. Give them not too much space behind our last line, invite them a little bit more, that we can attack them then in transition moments. In this part we were not clinical enough to create them big chances, but all in all was important for me to see how we are growing at the moment as a group, and you feel it in the locker room. And big thank you to our fans. I think they appreciate as well the effort today, and I think if we do our job on the pitch, we will have a great relationship and a connection to our fans, and this is what we want to do. Bring winning games back, bring this success back, and this is our job.
Yeah, in the side start to the game, you obviously got ahead inside 5 minutes. It takes courage to come to a venue like this and play the way you did.
Yeah, we spoke about to beat the opponent who was unbeaten since 16 games at home. Yeah, this is exactly the challenge we need, and these are also some signals to growing together, and this is good. Yeah, when you see it was the first clean sheet after over 1 year, I think. Then we beat the team at home or away, who was unbeaten since 16 games. I think it's fantastic, and we showed a good team performance.
Yeah, you mentioned that clean sheet. That can only help just build confidence throughout the group, can't it?
Yeah, I think when you defend, if you want 85, 90 minutes after the 1-0, then is great, because I think now we have two things. On the weekend we were very focused after the 1-1, and we won the game, and today we come through some difficult moments and we suffer as a group. We put effort in, we run, we fight, we help each other, and these 2 things are basics.
Night and day, mate. Night and day. As I say, it's perfect. No trying to look for the perfect shape. It's all about winning football matches all there. Some people get
What's
it,
that?
some people don't.
Oh, that's it. I mean, winning football games is everything. I mean, that's what you're there today, win football matches. We lost sight of it because we started talking about techniques and style of play and all this nonsense you see going on. No. Win the football matches. Just win the football matches and everything else will fall into place. Don't win the football matches and it quickly falls apart. And that's what's been happening to the club and the teams and the players that come to the club. They just can't seem to get a grip with it. But look at this group, they're starting to settle down. I'm not saying they're brilliant, far from it. But you can see they're no nervous. You can see they're starting to settle into it. And there's still hopefully a lot to come for them. I mean a lot. Because there's certain players that you can see they're skillful players, but they're just not doing enough. So hopefully they're all going to start coming to the forefront.
Yeah, well, did you catch Mikey Moore's run What a goal that could have been if we could go up finish, mate. That was mental, wasn't it?
It was superb, man. It was absolutely superb. I thought he's ran out of steam. About 3/4 up the park, I said, oh, he's ran out of steam. And then he got a burst of energy again and carried on and got right into the area. He was unlucky, but he was trying. He had the presence of mind to try and cut it back to somebody. It's not like it was just a big mad slash at the ball. He had the presence of mind to try and cut it back to him, but he just didn't manage to get it. The guy got in the way. But it was superb, mate. Absolutely superb. You can see that boy's going to be a player if he keeps that up and gets a bit of strength. Sorry, mate.
Aye, he lacks a bit of pace, mate, if you're honest, mate, yeah. To play a forward there. He's obviously got a bit of lead, you know. We never questioned that. We questioned whether he was ready. They're two different things, mate, eh?
That me?
Aye, Albert, you're my mate.
Aye, he's not a finished article. If he's going to get a bit of speed, which was very unlikely, but he's definitely got the skill level. You can see that. And he's got a football brain as well. I'll give him that as well. He tries to do too much, but that's what young boys do, isn't it? It's that I'm just going to take them all. And he was unlucky. What a goal it would have been. What a goal that would have been. But he's starting to do well. He's starting contributing again. No, I mean, not a great deal, but he's still contributing. Whereas before he was just a passenger. Like a lot of other players as well, passengers.
Aye. Confidence is a big thing, Josh, yeah? Confidence.
Yeah, well, I've just picked out some key words from that. He mentions hard work, he mentions connection, he mentions team a lot, seeing growth, effort margins, all of these things. I've been really impressed with him from what I've heard and seen from him. The clean sheet he mentioned as well and how focused they were. They suffered as a group and they want to help each other. And he also mentioned getting back to basics as well. So all of those things for me, they're not just buzzwords for the sake of it. We're actually seeing them in the performance. Whereas I thought with Russell, there was a lot of bluster there. You know, he'd try and convince you of certain things that he was allegedly doing. But Danny's delivering and he's speaking really well about it as well. He's putting it in the frame for the supporters. This is what we're trying to do. This is the journey that we're going on as a team. And then with regards to Mikey Moore, I was really excited when he came to Rangers. He's a very exciting prospect. And I mean, Tottenham are under no illusions as to the level of talent that they've got because they've owed him out to a club like Rangers to build his minutes up, to get him experience in a different environment. And obviously he's got European football still as well. So those things for Mike, he can develop that raw talent. I mean, we've seen his quality with the ball, how fearless he is when he's got the ball at his feet. He's always looking to shoot and create things in that last third, and he buzzes around. He's got a lot of energy. So those things are starting to come to the fore now. As you'll see with the new manager, maybe it does uplift the confidence of the whole team, and you start seeing individual examples like that. But as far as that interview goes, wow, I was blown away by that. And I mean, just those words that he used and the way that he articulated the points very succinctly and briefly as well. He didn't try and overload you with information like he was struggling to think of what to say. Like the answers were there, and we've seen it on the field in those two games now against Kilmarnock and Hibs. And what I'd add as well, is that to get the first goal in a game is very important. I mean, it's a simplistic analysis from me, but a lot of the time you're going a goal down under the previous manager and you're chasing games. To get in front in a game, especially for Glasgow Rangers, that's of paramount importance because then the onus is on the other team to change their shape and to change the way that they play and leave gaps in behind for further goals and things like that. So it's just dead important to get that first goal, and I think we've seen two good examples there in those two games of what that can do for you. And we've seen a clean sheet. We've seen Jack proving how brilliant he is once again, haven't we?
We're not getting carried away, Albert, but what we saw. Decent team performance. He's not getting carried away there. Knows we can do better. Maybe use the word, I think it was moments. We have to make better moments when we get in a position. And he's right. There was a couple of times in the final third we hung on to too long and we didn't get a cross in. But we should have done to the gas man. I don't know what he was doing. He ran the ball and we got a corner at it, but I don't know what he was trying to do. But I think we can see that there's potential for improvement. 3 or 4 weeks ago, we were worried that we had a stale group. Hopefully, they're moving and they can improve and kick on later.
They can kick. I mean, they're all improved. They'll kick on. Whether we can go and win something with this group of players is debatable at best, mate. They've got the League Cup to semi-final to come up, so there's an opportunity there. But I still think we need a lot of help in there, definitely. But taking back to Josh's point about scoring the first goal, he's right. I mean, we scored that goal. You could see it taking a bit of the sting out the start they were proposing there, because they were just going to try and blitz, you know what I mean, in the first 15, 20 minutes, like they normally do. And scoring that goal early doors just sort of took that sting out of them a wee bit. Didn't completely kill them off, but it's enough to get them into panic mode. And then if I remember right, we had another wee chance. We could have scored with as well. So it gives them more to think about, you know what I mean? So it's not just we can just gung-ho here. You can't. But aye, the potential for the squad, mate, is there, but they're needing help, mate. There's no doubt about it. They're needing some quality in the midfield. It's no right. The midfield's no right. And whether we get that and that brings on the actual forwards and helps out the defence, it should do. But there is something lacking. I just can't put my finger on what it is, but there's something lacking.
We do lack creativity, because Raskin, who's got a reputation in the game and he's a regular now with the Belgium international team, he does a lot of good stuff. And even tonight, when I agree with you, but I didn't think in the poor game, he still made runs and was in fighting hard for the team. He didn't break up as often as he does, but when he gets it, you same with Connor, you're not expecting him 35 yards out to do something that's going to create a goal. If we're really honest, the two of them, they don't seem to have their man. Throw in Diamandi, who maybe makes runs into the box and does the other thing, but he's not going to make a slide rule pass near. Not that tight. So midfield, we're really struggling, Josh.
100%. I've written down the word variety. I don't think there's enough variety there. I think you've got a lot of a similar type of player, workman-like, and they're all about energy and putting themselves about. As they proved in this game today, it was paramount to the result. But yeah, moving forward, they do need to try and create a bit more spice, a little bit more difference. Balance in the midfield is very important. Like, you think of all the great teams of yesteryear, like they all have balance in that midfield. They have someone who can break it up, a bit of an enforcer, and they have someone who's a bit of a flair player, can get on the ball and create things and get people off the edge of your seats. We're talking market difference, but the likes of a Paul Gascoigne could do that. Turn it on in games and change games in your favour in a heartbeat. Those kind of players, they come around once in a generation. But I'm just trying to make the general point that we do need more balance in that midfield. I was impressed with Barron and with Raskan for their energy and the work rate and the commitment, which is something that I've been looking at since the new managers come in, whether the commitment levels would improve. And they have improved. And you're totally right, though, in what you're saying, Ox. It's about not getting too carried away. It's a long, hard season ahead, isn't it? And I mean, you take things game by game, and you're always quite rational. I mean, I was getting carried away thinking about Sunday, but it's perfectly right that the Rangers fans can enjoy tonight and enjoy these two games that they've had. And then, like you say, they look forward to the mammoth test on Sunday with a little bit more excitement than pessimism, a little bit more optimism than pessimism. These tweaks have all just been made by the introduction of the new ideas and the new manager and the things that comes with that. Because it was a very bleak picture not a fortnight ago, wasn't it, when we were all on the show complaining about Russell and complaining about who we might get in as manager from a Rangers point of view. I think now those questions have been answered, and we've seen a couple of examples of how the team's going to hopefully evolve under this guy, without getting overly carried away thinking, they're going to win the league and this and that. I can still definitely see now the old firm being the top two. I think I was on about Hearts being in contention. I definitely think they'll be in the top three, but I just think Rangers can slowly start clawing that back to Hearts first of all, and then look at the big one. But yeah, small signs, small acorns, isn't it? But yeah, that's one area, that balance in the midfield for me. I don't know what the other lads think, but balance is paramount.
Yeah. You've been on for a while. I mean, obviously, if he ever comes back fit, Dejan Sterling gives you physicality and mobility, but for 2 games out of 20, I'll be, if I'm not honest, no.
I've just put the Sterling, Matondo, Dowell, these type of players, I've just put a pen through them. They don't exist for me. I don't care about them. You can't rely on them.
Have they moved
you get them
lifts?
fit. You
Have
still
they
can't.
moved lifts? Are they on a
Oh, they've
different list now?
definitely moved list. They've definitely moved into the firmly into the get rid of list. No, I mean as quickly as possible. They're no good to you, mate. Absolutely no good to you. Too many players over the last few years that's been in that list and just take money out the club and you get no contribution from them. So, and they're always expensive. They're always expensive players. I don't mind that somebody coming up. Well, I do mind, but it's not as bad if somebody you spent maybe a couple of £100,000 on them and their wages are no astronomical. You go, fair enough, they're injured. But when somebody's sitting there drawing multiple millions of pounds at your a season at your club and contributing zero, absolutely zero. Well, it's time to ask questions, man. It's time to face up to the fact that this person shouldn't be here. But yeah, definitely the midfielders I'm talking about is playmakers, mate. We've no got guys quality on the ball. You can see the passes. You know what I mean? And play the passes. That's more important. They see it and play it. Aye, exactly. I'm thinking more in the two guy, Ray Wilkins, Barry Ferguson type mold. You know what I mean? The rest of them are all just much as much to me. I don't see much difference with all these players. Raskin stands alone. He is more a holding player and winning the ball and tidying up what I call one of the wee battlers and gets the ball back and get a football player. That's what I see his role is. But the rest of them, I just see the rest of them as much as much. They all do sort of the same thing. They are, as Josh said, they're on about the effort goes in, but it's no real quality a pass, no real quality of vision. What you're looking for in the last, it's always the last third, isn't it? It's always the last third. Pardon?
Was that what you were expecting off of Asgard, mate, when you came in?
Asgard and Rothwell, I was expecting that both off of they two. And we're not getting it, mate. Simply not getting it. Asgard's got something about him, but I couldn't actually tell you where they two of them are their best positions. I've not a clue, man. You look at the two players and go, there's something about you two, but where do you play? And then Asgard turn out, it's a sort of play, a sort of number 10, number 8. Well, what does that mean? What do you? What's your contribution to the game? Well, I'm neither a forward player or I'm neither a defensive player. So what are you then? What's it you do? I don't create anything and I don't really stop anything. You go, well, that's good. We know that then. So you're a nothing player. So you shouldn't be at the club. So again, it's down to building the team. You need people in there that know how to build a team and bringing players like Asgard into a team and ask them to play a role that probably doesn't suit him. I don't know what the boy plays. I really don't know his best position, mate. I couldn't tell you. Rothwell's the same. So it's different midfielders completely, mate. It's quality midfielders we're looking for. It's and the quality
Rothwell
needs to go up.
I thought Rothwell was going to come in and play and be a guy that would organise us, mate. You know, control and support Raskin. Yeah, it's not happened at all, mate. Not happened at all. And he came in with a decent reputation. I know you always had your thoughts that how he's meant to have this good season with a team that got promoted, how nobody wanted him, yeah. And we got him.
Why did he not go to the Premiership?
Aye.
I mean, Leeds went to the Premiership and they dumped him right away. You go to the Larenbales have got you ring right away. You go, well, we're getting him, but I think we picked him up for £400,000. You're going, well, what's that all about? If he's this great player and he helps them, which he did help them to get the Premiership, he played a big part in it. Why isn't the other club coming in going, that's a bargain? The Premiership clubs coming in, they're lower. I'm not talking about the top ones, I'm talking about the lower ones. Well, that's a bargain. I we'll take him. But nobody touches him, but we get him and you go, oh, we think we've got a player. Then we look at him and say, well, you're not quite what I mean, I was expecting what you were expecting, but he's definitely not that. No. And he doesn't dovetail in with Raskin at all.
No, but he's not even for a position, if we're honest, you know. And as I said, they come in with a decent reputation, you know. Reputation is something always been a big thing when people have come up the road, Josh.
It's certainly true at my team, isn't it? We've had a fair few that have promised an awful lot and delivered very little. I mean, you're looking at one at the moment with that Barry, the £30 million striker. I mean, he's coming for all that money, but he's not even been starting games, which would say that David doesn't fancy him or he's not quite fitting in. So, like, there is that fine line, isn't there? between going all in on the recruitment side of things and thinking that you're going to get the finished article. But it's about really identifying before you buy, isn't it? Really being intricate with that recruitment process. I don't think enough of that went on in the summer, if I'm being honest with you. There was a lot of players that were panic bought, in my opinion, and they were bought because they were there. They weren't bought with any imagination or idea about them. And I think that makes January pivotal. I think to address that midfield balance, I think it has to come from the recruitment. The lads have been through a lot of them players there that you've got at the minute, and I don't think any of them fit the profile for what I'm looking at as well in terms of that real contrast. A player that can really light a game up from that central midfield position. We spoke about Mikey Moore, but he can't play in there. He's not got the physicality. He's more for further forward, but it's that kind of player from a midfield point of view for me. Power, energy, pace, and they've got that intricate pass and a bit of intelligence in the final third to unlock defences. That's missing for me at the moment. So, you can learn lessons from a lot of teams across the land, but I can only talk about my team and the problems we've had with it. You know, sometimes you think you're getting that finished article and they deliver anything but. And then on the flip side, sometimes you can land on a gem sometimes, you know, buying a squad player. They get their opportunity to come in, hit the ground running, and then before you know it, they're the staples of the team, and that's kind of the balance that you're trying to get. You know, you can't bankrupt the place keeping on buying talent all the time. It's got to be a nice balance, and I think there's that thing, what's his name, Finlay Curtis for the youth team as well. So there's examples of academy players that could get an opportunity as well. So, you know, you've got to be careful, haven't you? That's what I'm saying.
I just
And by the
think
way,
we
see the
actually went.
recruitment. Oh, on you go, Albert.
I just think that we don't try to do too much too soon with too little. I keep saying about that. So we try to bring all these players, too many, and we try to do it too soon, going because of the time scale that we were working in, because the season was starting and the window's shutting, and you're trying to bring all these players in, and then with too little funds to build the team with that amount of players coming in. So you had 14 players we had coming in. To build a team with 14 players, you need to be some sort of genius, know what I mean, to get all them to work. So that it was too much too soon, too little money, as far as I'm concerned. So as you say, Josh, you got to learn for your lessons in life, know what I mean? So you've got to look at that and say, right, we're not falling into this trap again. We need to bring in quality, and it doesn't have to be 12 players, 10 players, things like that. But you need to bring it to true quality, and this is where the people who know what they're doing and can build a team. Like you said, you're bringing in players, you expect 30 million players for a strike, and it doesn't fit the team. It just doesn't fit the club, fit the team. But people who know how to build teams know that. They sense that right away. They know how to do it. They know who they need. They'll identify the weaknesses, and then they'll go and get the right guy for the right job, the right position. This is building a team. There's no many people can do it. It's a difficult thing to do. The way the Premiership go about building teams normally is the big cash flow. They just do a scattergun approach to it. So they just keep buying players, just keep buying and buying. Eventually they stumble on a player or a team that's right for them. And if you look at, they talk about the great Pep Guardiola, look at the amount of players that guy's bought. It's incredible. And the amount of money he's spent, you're not talking hundreds of millions, you're talking billions now he spent to get a team. And still, he's not got it right yet because he's getting beat. The one player he actually needs in his team to make his team is Rodri, and he's not there. As soon as he got injured and went out last year, that was the end of Man City as a real force, the force they were. So it's and he stumbled on him. How many players did he get through before he actually stumbled onto them? So that's the Premiership to me. They just keep firing money at it because they've got all this money to spend. The trouble with them is the rest of the leagues, especially Germany, are making a fool of them now because they're passing bang average players away for 30, 40, 50 million pounds now. Bang average. And now they're up to 100, and what did that wee guy go to Liverpool for 115 million or something? It's ridiculous. So the trouble is that affects us. That affects everybody else because we're now trying to buy players that are buying worse than buying average, and we're looking at every club that's selling these players are now charging us 3, 4, 5 million players for a player that's now worth probably £500,000 at best. They're now 10 times that.
Aye.
And you're going, well, you can't afford
football,
to get these right.
Albert, just we talked about Rothwell. Do you think there's any significance? He's not started any of the 2 domestic games since Rolf's come in. For starting,
He's not got
on the
legs,
pitch.
mate.
If you get it.
He's not got legs. I think your man looks at him and says, and Majorski's going to fall into this as well. He's not got legs. If you don't got legs, you're not going to get out of the team. He demands legs, and that you don't have to coach legs. You've either got legs or you know. And he's saying, well, I've got to have some. I mean, it's okay, I'm not changing styles, but you've got to have some legs to do anything for a coach or a manager, whatever we want to call him. But he's not got legs, so he's not good to him. He's looking at him going, you're not much good to me. And like today, with his experience, you could go, right, 10 minutes to go. Oh, we're backs to the walls here. Right, bring him on as a calming influence and all he'd experience. You could do that, but you can't get about the park. And that's not what you're wanting, because he'll no get to places and the gaps will start appearing. So he's not good to him. That's why I think he's no using him. Plus, he can't last 90 minutes anyway. Sorry, I'm ranting.
Are you a leg man? Are you a leg man, Josh?
Just a lot of sense was taught there, though, to be honest with you. And I think you mentioned the word scattergun approach. I think 90% of the Premiership do have that approach down in England, but the exception to the rule is Brighton and the likes of Brentford. I don't think there's any coincidence that Tony Bloom's gone into Hearts and all of a sudden they're using stats-based recruitment. They're using the little imprints that he's had in certain other clubs to improve the position and to make him a force. So there's no coincidence that the right recruitment in that respect has so far reaped the results for them, and it's kind of made them a challenging proposition, as Celtic found out on the weekend. You know, they're not a team to be messed with. They're definitely in that title race. They'll be in and around the position come the end of the season. Whether they can maintain it's another thing. But yeah, you're totally spot on. I mean, you know, Rangers are working on a limited budget compared to that, so the margin for error doesn't really exist. So you have to really go in and be a lot more careful with the big name signings. You have to think things through and think. You've never got the right answer, have you? But to be 70-80% sure that this is going to be the right fit and this is going to be the right profile player. Are they coming for the right reasons? You know, are they coming for themselves, or are they coming for the badge? You know, and that's a difficult question to answer. Like you've seen with Jack Grealish, he became available, and David Moyes wasted no time in getting him because he was under the impression he was coming for the right reasons for him to get himself back into the England picture and to help Everton to climb the table. So these are all questions you've got to answer in the recruitment process. And we'll soon see in January what style of player Danny's after and how he can look to evolve what's there. Because you've got a foundation of a decent set of players. I mean, this is Glasgow Rangers. So the more you can build your results and look forward to that, then the more the picture might start improving just bit by bit. You can't expect overnight, can you? But bit by bit by bit.
Well said, Josh. Well said. Step by steps. Listen, last word for your good self, Josh. We're just going to wind up now. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, cheers for having me. I think the final point, to keep it brief, would be Rangers were rolling in the deep a little bit a couple of weeks ago, but now it's only rock and roll that we can look forward to, hopefully, with this new manager. He's given all the right signs and 2 good performances. And
cheers, mate.
I'm really impressed with him, the way he talks and the way he is.
Okay.
So I'm happy with it.
Sorry, Josh.
Sorry. Go on, Albert.
Oh, you go. Okay, on you go.
I'll agree with all that Joyce says there, but it's baby steps. It's victories you're looking for. And we can't ask for much more than that at the moment. So as long as we keep that up, I'll be more than happy, mate. More than happy.
Here, mate. Here. At least we've not got a nightmare tonight, and I thought we were going to have that with that penalty kick. You know, they had I don't think they tallied a shot and goal, and then he gets a penalty. So we gets a bit of luck. Other games we've not had any luck, so it comes around. So fair play. We got a result tonight. Thanks to Bob Gier and Josh for joining us. Of course, the one and only Albert. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technicals. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night. Be 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. Enjoy the victory, Bears. Take it away, Old School Blue.